Hello, welcome to Quackalope. Thank you for being here. I am very excited to announce the next 10 games I'm going to be playing solo here on the channel. Now, solo gaming has always been something I've been interested in and attracted to, but I don't always take the time to be as purposeful as I need to be to get solo games here to the channel. I mean, it requires you to be organized, to have a place where you can set up the game and maybe leave it set up for a time period, to read, review, and double-check the rules across all the internets. And of course, when you're running a YouTube channel, structuring things ahead of time helps you make sure you can cover them on time, which is not my strong suit. Incredibly open, very creative, low conscientiousness, terrible at organization and structure. So solo gaming is something that I want to start looking at and focusing on. Now, the way that I'm going to approach this is what I'm going to refer to as sort of a review vlog. Here's the idea. I've got these fancy little Lumix Panasonic cameras that we've used for vlogging in the past, and we're about to go on a road trip down to Kentucky to see my grandparents for the week. Shira and I are going to be hanging out, spending some time together, and if I'm purposeful enough, I'll be playing a solo game. Now, I'll be choosing one of the 10 that I'm bringing to you here. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you want me to focus on first. Please pick something that I can travel with on the road, but I'm going to vlog the experience of play and then edit it down into a quick little 12 to 15 minute segment vlog, hopefully on a weekly basis. We'll see. I might need to structure it a little bit longer or wider than that, depending on how my schedule works out. But one of the reasons why I'm announcing all 10 of these games now is because I'm committing to playing and covering these 10 games. So you can keep an eye here on the channel and you can see my thoughts and see as I develop my repertoire for solo gaming. Alright, let's go ahead and start diving into the 10 solo games that I am the most excited to bring here to the channel. Some of these I have played. Some of these I have intended to play, and some of these have been games that I've backed that have been added to my shelf of shame for some desperate amount of time. A game that I think everyone's going to be very excited to see brought back into the conversation is a classic, one of the foundational pieces here of Quackalope history, one of the games we have got to the table time and time and time again. But with the new wave of solo content that came out about a year ago, and with the additional BGG factions that exist, I haven't dived. Leave a comment down below letting me know what the right word there would be. I have not explored the solo mode of Root as much as I would like to and as much as I should. So Root is going to be coming back to the channel. We're going to be diving into the solo side of the gaming sphere and reviewing and covering it only from that perspective as a solo player. Another game that I have been, let's say, intending to play again for the longest amount of time is going to be a little game, the foundation of Awaken Realms, a video game that I desperately love, This War of Mine, the board game. And I have explored this copy of it back here, but what I haven't explored has been the expansions that I've owned for a long time, including a die somewhere, a rare die that is hidden somewhere around my studio space. We'll see if I can find that as well. This is a heavy, ambitious, post-apocalyptic game. I love the video game. I'm very compelled and have been for a long time in the solo expedition of this, the solo application of This War of Mine. It's a little bit crunchy. It's a little bit unforgiving and brutal. But if I have the time to sit down and play through it, man, it tells some of the most rich and deep stories in board gaming that I have seen. I might also... Hear me out. I might also pick up the video game on my Switch again and play that a little bit more as time goes on. A game that I backed on Kickstarter. Actually, 2 games that I backed on Kickstarter. I went all in because I was super compelled by the new version of this, and so I backed the old version of it as well. I am not sure if these are going to be the games that I want them to be or not, but I have Wreckland Run and Warp's Edge. These are solo-only games. This is the solo series from Renegade. I went all in on this stuff. I've been meaning to play this for a long time, personally, just myself. So selfishly, if I can do some content on the channel, get some good solo coverage out as well, and dive into some games that I spent good, hard-earned money on, then I am excited to do so. I like games that are unapologetically solo. It's one of the things that brings me into the solo side of the hobby space. And I'm even more compelled by them when they're less mechanics-driven and more story-driven, which is why Spire's End Hildegard is coming back to the channel. Now, Spire's End has been a game that we have been big fans of for a long time. Beautiful artwork, immersive choose-your-own-adventure storytelling with mechanics that aren't too heavy or too weighty, and Hildegard is one of those that I have been intending to do in-depth coverage of. I have already played through the vast majority of this, but I'm going to cycle through it a few more times. The story, like I said, branches, and you can really open up and see the various narratives that exist. So this will be an interesting one to do in the review vlog type of style, because you'll see as the story unfolds as we play through it. A game that I've played a lot of, but I'm going to be honest, the last few expansions I have had almost no time to play. I want an excuse to play more Marvel Champions, and with the X-Men cycle, or the X-Men wave of content showing up at my door, because I do have a Covenant subscription, I think it's time for me to dive back into X-Men, get my stuff sleeved, get my stuff organized, and start re-exploring a game that very well should be or could be my solo lifestyle game. I have everything to date. It's just a matter of opening it up and continuing to play it. Following in that line, a while back, Fantasy Flight sent me this copy of Lord of the Rings, the card game, the new iteration of the old school system, built off the similar cycle that Marvel Champions is built off of. It's one that I've been compelled by. Love the Lord of the Rings stories, love the books, grew up with the movies, watched the extended versions, even with the director's cut and the director's commentary included. I'm just saying, I'm primed and ready to love this game. Let's see if it is one that I fall in love with. Open to a really good solo experience. I've seen some mixed reviews, though, so let me know your thoughts. Another game that I've had mixed reviews or mixed feelings on. Oh, I do have two more expansion packs, Dwarves and Elves. The Dwarves are clearly the best. There's no qualms about that. Another game that I personally have had mixed feelings on because it's so ambitious and so heavy. Sometimes I love it. Sometimes I feel like it's repetitive and a little bit bogged down. We have the brand new standalone, Unbreakable from Too Many Bones, Chip Theory Games. This is one that I backed. They did also send us a copy of it too, so I'm excited to dive back into this. This is the 1 or 2 player standalone version of the game. I'm going to be exploring it solo. I want to see if I can refine my love for Too Many Bones in a smaller, more bite-sized cycle. I've got a trove chest, packed to the brim full of content, but the only thing I'm going to touch here is going to be Unbreakable alone specifically. Coming from Chip Theory is going to be the other ambitious solo game, the solo-only version of Hopla Machus. This is going to be Victorum. Other people have already covered this. They've already been talking about this. There's been a lot of great positive reviews. Please don't pick this one to go down to my grandparents for. It's very big. It's going to take a lot of table space to cover, but I am excited to dive into this. Shira really liked it when she got a chance to play it, and so it's one of those games that I want to play through the full arc, the full story of, and really see and experience the entire thing. I know it's a little bit more bite-sized than some of those larger campaign games, but it does have an immersive story and a very interesting puzzle to solve. And then finally, a game that not only we have played a ton, but we were actually featured on the front of the box. We have Final Girl. I know, I love Final Girl. I've already told you how much I love Final Girl, but I haven't explored our Season 2 wave or package as much as I've explored Season 1. Now, this one's not open. We had a few of them given to us early so we could cover them here on the channel, so I never felt the need to open my Season 2 yet. But with Season 3 on the way, I think it's due time for me to dive in and ask myself the realistic question, do I need more Final Girl? Or is Season 1 and Season 2 enough? Kind of pick and choose the next things that come. We all know the answer to that. If I had the money available, I would have backed Season 3. I didn't, but I do intend to pick it up down the road. So for now, I need to justify that purchase by playing through all of Season 2. Can I play through all of Series 2 in a week? That's really the question. If I'm vlogging this and kind of bringing you on the journey with me, is it possible to explore the full game system in just a week? All right, that's the solo games that are currently on my radar to be playing over the next probably about 2, maybe 2.5 months. I like this format for a few reasons. First off, I'm committed to playing, covering, and showcasing these games. I'll bring you with me on the journey of learning, experiencing, and overall coming to a verdict as to whether or not they're going to be staying in the collection. So there's not going to be any surprises. This is the stuff we're going to be working on, but I would love to hear from you. If this solo review vlog series takes off and people enjoy it here on the channel and I'm enjoying making it, then I'll have to have another wave of solo games coming into the studio in about 2 months. So leave a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite solo games are. Let me know what you'd like to see me cover and feature first. And out of these, let me know, what do you think is going to be a hit? What do you think is going to be a miss? What has and hasn't worked for you? And are there any that you're specifically thinking about picking up yourselves? Okay, with that, thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to go ahead and get this video posted this morning so I can decide what I'm playing this evening. Alright, we'll see you later.